Cheers, Muses. I'm Erica Papillion-p, and welcome to another episode, our final 2024 episode of Suits Souls by EPP, where I inspire you toward your style muse with timeless classic prim looks from my boudoir, as well as some content to assist you in your best lifestyle. And as a little reminder, please hang out until the end for the mini photo shoot that I provide for you at the conclusion of this episode. And as I said, this is the final episode of 2024. And in this episode, I am bringing to you one final style inspiration to close out this year, in addition to a 2024 style review and retrospective, if you will, of some of my most favorite looks from 2024 past episodes. And I'd love to hear your comments below in terms of maybe you had some others that were your favorite, but these are mine. Tell me what you think about these, or if any of these were some of your favorites as well. And to close out this final episode of 2024, as I mentioned to you in an episode past, I wanted to discuss with you just briefly what a tariff is, how it will affect your ability to be able to shop freely, economically going into the new year, as well as some of those retailers that were ardent supporters of He Who Shall Not Be Named's campaign, and those retailers that you're probably already shopping at as well, that you can feel comfortable continuing to frequent. So this final style inspiration that I'm getting into is actually coming from one of the vendors that I shop at frequently, from AliExpress. This baby is butter, okay? Look, I know you have, I used to have reservations telling people that I shopped with AliExpress. One, because there was always this tension, this friction between how business is done in China and how it is done here in the United States. And sometimes China gets the rap of not producing quality, or so I should say certain vendors or retailers in China get a bad rap of not producing quality items. But again, as I've said, and I will continue to tout, I have shopped these specific retailers since 2009, as far back as 2009, and I have not been let down yet. Now, that is not to say that I have not shopped some retailers that were not so good on AliExpress, but because I met this particular vendor or the owners of this company in person at a conference that I did in Las Vegas, and it was a e-commerce fashion conference that I did in Las Vegas with my daughter back in 2009. I've continued to frequent this vendor, and it is called EAM, E-A-M, E-A-M, as well as, we'll get to it. I'm hopping ahead of myself. But look at this beauty. 100% wool, completely lined. She is beautiful. And as you can tell from the video, fits beautifully. These are functional pockets here. They're not just here for as a feature or part of the built-in design. They are actually functional. And look at this oversized, dramatic, just floral detailing. It is detachable, and it actually, the entire suit came with two of these, because you can also wear it on the skirt that I'm getting ready to show you. But it is a one-button closure blazer. Again, it pins on the lapel here, this flower, same material as you can tell of, and it's this chevron print. I don't know if you can see it close up there. It's a chevron print in this wool material, heavy, heavy duty, built, constructed, tailored, just beautifully. And I love her. And you're just gonna die when you see the price point of this entire set. And the skirt, as I said, it's a skirt set. It's a mini skirt, right? Zips up the back. All the darting and pleating is done to perfection. The skirt is also completely lined, just like the blazer. And I have a few of these in my collection that I have gotten from this same specific vendor on AliExpress. I'm in love with this suit, and I cannot wait to actually wear her out. This is my first outing in the suit for you all today as the final style inspiration for the year. And I just wanted you to see her. I've actually had her about 6 months, I think now, maybe 5 months or so now, but was just waiting to wear her. And I thought, what better time than to go out and close this year with a bang for you all on the channel. I absolutely adore this entire set. And again, I have about 3 more that are in keeping with this same design aesthetic that I think you're going to love and that I'm going to wear for you going into the new year. The accessories that I went with for this beauty, you've seen this clutch before. I actually purchased this one on Amazon. I think it was $25 last time I checked. It was originally $20 when I first purchased them. I have it in silver as well. It is this Art Deco oval, asymmetric oval shape here. It does come with a chain for crossbody shoulder wear. It is heavy duty, and again, just super economical. The price point at 20 or 25 is still excellent. And I've used this one a number of times. You've seen me style this clutch with other looks earlier in the year, and you just can't go wrong with her. They're just really suitable and just come in a clutch when you're looking for something in the gold tone to style with an outfit, right? But the piece de resistance of this look was actually the boots. Well, I can't say that. The entire look to me is the piece de resistance. It really, really is. I love everything about this look. The boots are new to my collection, to my wardrobe, and these are a studded velvet, brown velvet, stacked heel from Zara. Oh my God. It is this oversized scrunchy look that you're seeing now that is kind of trending, but these boots really do remind me of the mod period. You know, the mod period in fashion was really like a subculture of fashion that came about in the 1960s. It actually originated in the late 50s, but really came into prominence in the 1960s in London, and then spread throughout all of Britain, and then spread throughout the world. And the thing that really is of a note here on these boots is, usually you have from the instep, the top portion of the foot that actually comes up here. It usually goes in and there's an indentation here, but it actually comes completely out there, so the foot slips in easily. These are also very forgiving for a woman that has larger calves and has difficulty getting in and out of boots of this nature. These actually come up to the knee, but again, you can scrunch them down, which is what I absolutely love about them. And they're just sexy. There's a sexiness to them. There's an ease to them, but still an elevation and sophistication. And I'm just fit to be tied about these. I can't wait to wear these again. But I chose to style these with this handbag, with this clutch, because as I said, it has these gold studs on the boot. You see that there? And just married and matched beautifully with this gold clutch, right? Love it. Tell me what you think about this final look for 2024. But as I said, I want to also provide you with a 2024 year-end review and style retrospective of some of my favorite looks here on the channel. And it's going to be quite a few of them. So sit back and enjoy these looks for a moment. Tell me what you think about them. What were some of your favorites in the comments below? I'd love to hear it. And finally, as I said at the top of the episode, I wanted to just speak to you briefly about what a tariff is, how they will affect your shopping habits and abilities going into 2025, and what you need to look out for, what you need to know, just some brief bullet points here. So at its core, a tariff is a tax. It is a duty. You hear the word duty more than anything if you're traveling abroad. But you can use the word interchangeably. A tariff and a duty is basically a tax, right? It's the same thing. The words are just being used interchangeably. And there has been some confusion and I think rumor about who bears the responsibility for paying the tax. Now, you will hear economists, you will hear Republican talking heads and pundits say to you that no, this is basically a tax that's taken on by the companies themselves. So basically, just to go back a little bit, a tariff happens when goods are imported, foreign goods are imported into your country. So foreign goods into the United States are basically taxed, are going to be taxed, essentially. We have had tariffs in other forms and in other ways in past, but for these purposes right now, the Trump administration has proposed a 60% tariff on goods coming in to the United States. 60% specifically for goods coming in from China and 20% from goods coming in from all other foreign nations the moment that he hits office January 20. So how does that affect you directly? Generally speaking, when those goods come in, it is the companies that actually technically pay the tariff on the front end. But those taxes are passed down to you as the consumer by way of increased prices when you purchase those goods. It's that simple. That's all you need to know. Now, on top of that, when you go to purchase those goods, all right, you can look at anywhere from a $2,000 to $4,000 increase in purchase of goods that are just, you can add into your annual budget. Anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000, your annual budget is going to increase specifically because of those tariffs. So just think about that. That is why I said to you in the previous episode that you must consider how you spend. If you're going to make some kind of major purchase or you need to make some kind of major purchase right now, try to do it before January 20th. Yes, because most imports that we have lots of goods that come into this country. When I say lots, that's an understatement, from China specifically. And if they're proposing a 60% tariff on anything coming in from China, can you imagine what that is going to do to your bottom line if it's being passed on from the company, right? So again, the company gets the initial bill, and then the company passes it on to you by way of increased prices, right? Think about that. Make those major purchases now if you can, if at all possible. Yeah, make those major purchases now before January 20th. Once January 20th hits, I want you to buckle down, start saving your money, save like your life is depending on it, and make sure that you have your passport up to date and ready. Really, I'm not trying to be hyperbolic or sound fatalistic or anything, but just have your passport ready. I'm telling you, and make sure that you're aware of where the closest blue state is that you border, right? So find wherever you are, make sure that you have a route mapped out to the closest blue state to you if you're not already in one. Really. Promise you. Better safe than sorry. On to some of those retailers that I talked to you about. Remember in the last episode, I spoke to you about the fact that I will not be shopping Marshalls any longer, nor will I be shopping TJ Maxx or Home Goods. They are all owned by the same parent company, Marshall Fields, right? And they were major contributors and donors to the Trump campaign. Yes, they were, shockingly so. I couldn't be more disappointed. As many of you know, I am an ardent shopper of those three retailers. I have been. Marshall's is right next door to my gym. I went there almost every day as someone who has begun to toil in the fashion industry. So it's going to be a huge adjustment for me, but I am willing to do it. Where your integrity, where your money goes, your integrity flows. Where your money goes, your integrity flows. Let that be your mantra when shopping going into, at least for the next 2 years. At least for the next 2 years. What happens in the next 2 years? We vote again, House and Senate. Yes, some of those other retailers that were major supporters and contributors to the Trump campaign, of course, Sam's, Walmart. Now, myself, I was not a Walmart shopper before this. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. Never cared for Walmart. You wouldn't catch me with a 10-foot pole and a stick tied on the end shopping in Walmart under any circumstance. Even if I were to have been approached for some kind of sponsorship or ambassadorship by Walmart, I would not accept it. It's just that I just wouldn't do it. They're not, again, a retailer that I've ever frequented or shopped at in the past. Some of those other places that I wanted to make mention to you, CVS was a major supporter of his. Zumiez, which is an online, well, they have brick and mortar as well, Zumiez brick and mortar. Home Depot as well. Now, Home Depot will say that as a corporation that they did not support the Trump campaign directly, but a lot of their top office, their executives, and just employees at large were major contributors and supporters, as well as Lowe's. Now, I understood that Lowe's was not a contributor, but upon further investigation, I found that they were contributors and donators to the campaign. Those are the major ones that I thought you might be concerned with. Let's see here. Those retailers that I have frequented and that I will continue to patronize is ASOS, right? Of course, Banana Republic, BananaRepublicFactory, Gap, Old Navy, those are all owned by the same company as well. So yes, Banana Republic Factory, Gap, and Old Navy are all owned by the same company and were not supporters or contributors to his campaign. Steve Madden was not. Jessica Simpson was not. So again, these are retailers that I frequent that I am comfortable telling you were not supporters, and that you can feel comfortable continuing to frequent as well as, just support. And let's see, there were a few others. Nordstrom. Dillard's was one that did support him. I was disappointed in Dillard's. I don't shop Dillard's very often, but yeah, Dillard's was a major contributor and supporter of the Trump campaign. Nordstrom Rack were not. So feel comfortable with those. If there are any in particular that you know of that you think would be important for our viewers to know about, please message me below. Leave your comment below and I will make everyone else aware also. So just be mindful, be aware of that. And I just want you to have the ability to shop responsibly and informed. So my final thoughts on 2024. First and foremost, I just wanted to say to all of you a resounding thank you, 1,000 times thank you for the successes that I have been able to realize since the inception of this channel, September of 2023. So I really got going. Yes, of course, going into 2024, but the inception of the channel was September 2023. And again, I've been able to see, I gave myself a year before I received any sponsorships. You know, I was saying, okay, I'm going to give myself a year, not even try, not expect to receive any sponsorships or people reaching out to me for ambassadorships or anything like that. But I actually received my first 6 months in. So thank you. I also was able to monetize 6 months in. Thank you. I also was able to see some incredible numbers in terms of viewing hours and just views, period. And I have surpassed 250,000 views. Thank you. 1,000 times thank you. I'm feeling very raw right now, so I'm trying to hold back tears because I have had some major transitions go on in my life that I know you all know nothing about, but I wanted to continue bringing this content to you all as a matter of just leisure and relief and something that is just comfortable with all that we have going on in the world today. You know, we had a major low with the campaign this year. Another disappointment, just a huge, huge disappointment. And of course, I am worried for us. Yeah, for us. And you know what I mean when I say us. First and foremost, my thoughts and my heart and my concerns are always for people that look like you and me. Major shifts are taking place in my life. I have, on the contrary, some major, wonderful, just blessed opportunities that have also come into my existence, into my sphere, into my universe as a direct relation to this, indirect relation to this channel. So had I not been here with you all, I would not have these opportunities that I am being presented with going into the 2025 new year. I'm a little scared. I am a little, but excited. I do well with change. I don't have a problem with transitioning. I don't have a problem with things changing. Yeah, many people have a problem with change. I have not been one of those people. So that gives me hope. That gives me calm. That gives me tranquility. But I am still a little scared. Yeah. But another high that we had this year in my family, we had a new addition to our family. Say hello to Avery Antonio Turner. Again, the newest addition to my family and my daughter's third baby. Yes, you met Mercy, my granddaughter, earlier in the year in one of those episodes. I'm popping the episode up here if anyone wants to go and check it out. But she is, again, one of my heartbeats. Yes, for sure. That was certainly a highlight for the year as well. Just wonderful things that have come about as a result of starting this channel. But I couldn't have done or realized any of it without your viewership, your support, and your consistency, episode in and episode out. And I just thank you so very much. As you all know, you all asked me to curate and create a tour because I am a former opera and jazz singer, but the majority of my career was spent in Western Europe. So I have a huge background in terms of languages and just foreign culture, period. And I would live there in a heartbeat. Say a prayer for me. I have some things coming down the pike in terms of, yes, just some opportunities, other opportunities abroad as well going into 2025. And the tour that you all asked me to curate, June 9 through 15, 2025. I have done so, lovingly putting this tour together for a select few of you that asked for it. I'm bringing it to you, and we still have 2 seats left. I am trying to get these full just because I want a smooth, even number here. Based on our accommodations and things like that, it would just be better and just more accommodating to have an even number of people. So we've got 2 seats left. If you are interested, click on the QR code here, which will take you directly to my website and the placeholder where you can get all the information you need to get about the tour. If you have any specific questions regarding the tour, feel free to email me directly. Finally, if you have any content requests going into 2025 of, different or new, or just any thoughts or suggestions on content that you would like to see going into 2025, again, leave them in the comments below. But thank you. Again, thank you. I don't know how many more ways to say thank you and to really ask you to continue coming back into 2025. I will not see you next Sunday. I'm taking the week off to prepare for one of my first major opportunities going into 2025. So you will not see me again until January 12th. So that's Sunday, January the 12th. I will see you back here. But in the interim, I am wishing you all the happiest, brightest, most fruitful, productive new year. And don't forget to head on over to Instagram and follow me there at Suits Souls by EPP. And if you're not already doing so, please hit that like and subscribe button for notifications on all new episodes. But until we meet again in 2025, a bientôt, muses. Bye. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Bye.